Hello everybody and welcome back to Benjamin Magnus Plays Victoria 2. Now apologies for the state of my voice and the some of the episodes didn't go up in an exactly timely manner. Still fighting off a cold here, so I'm not operating at 100%. But last episode we left off having won our war with Mexico. The only thing we didn't take was New Mexico, which is still part of Old Mexico, we can call it if we want. And so we have a bunch of new states. We have California, we have Nevada, we have, Utah. We have all of Texas proper now. So we're just going to pick up where we left off. We have another technology that's almost finished. So that was cultures, realism. Okay, so this is going to get me more prestige. We're going to work our way back up into great power status because we did accidentally lose that. It was a bit of a mistake on my part, but, you know, you live and you learn when it comes to Paradox games. You do the best you can. You know, I feel like the only way to really learn a Paradox game is to just kind of dive headfirst into it and see what happens. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just playing the game, seeing how it goes. All right, we are at 1.8% of our population, so we're almost at the 2% optimal for clergymen, so we're getting very close there. You can see we actually have, we started out at about 8 research points, and now we're at almost 15, so that's really good. Our economy is in great shape right now. We could probably actually increase our spending a little bit now at this point. Our military spending up. I think that's basically going to increase their morale. And I don't remember, are we still not trading in this stuff? No, it's on automated. So our economy is just doing that well right now. Okay, good. So let's crank this up a little bit. Major discovery, proto-existentialism. Oh wait, shared prestige, so prestige went up. Let's crank this up to like 50%. So our ships aren't quite as bad as they were before. I really want to get the next level of railroads going, but I need that prestige. Temperance League, secondary power, so it's slowly creeping up. I mean, 63, I think we need to be... What do we need to be for great power? So, other states have more... okay, Belgium has more military power than me, or industrial power than me. So we just need to we just need to muscle out Belgium here. We're getting closer. Nashville Convention, what is this? Several representatives of other states oppose the talk of succession of being forced in extremist circles. Formally endorse a convention between them that might be able to calm the secessionists. Okay, so everybody loses consciousness. It was getting pretty high. It was at 6. All right, so let's move our troops back over here. All of them. We don't need them out here right now. Man, our country's fucking huge. Especially for this. I feel like it's so big with, so you know, there's no proper roads. The railroads only are in the northeast right now. Can't imagine troops having that easy of a time crossing this land. The troops are standing down. They demobilized. Discredited. All right. Realism is almost good. That should get me a little prestige boost. Yep. Alright, so what do we want next? Enforcement. We do industry. We were talking about wanting the next level of railroad, so let's start that. Shared prestige. Nice. Good. Good. You can see our ships are going up just a little bit, slowly. Serbia goes bankrupt, so now we have a CB against them. It's going up slowly. They're getting their hull strength back, which is good for me. Population of almost 900 a day. That's not too bad. Well, what do we got going over here? We are expanding / building factory or a steamer shipyard in New York. Ooh, we're going to be building steamers in New York. That's pretty cool. Hungary goes bankrupt. Vaccination, army attrition, military hospitals, good. This glass factory is still kicking ass. Really cranking. I just opened, right before I started recording, I opened this one up because there was about 1,000 Yeah, 1,251 unemployed people in New England here. I feel like this might be very good for me. Or yeah, actually, New York has... Well, by the time this finishes, they'll probably have a good number of unemployed craftsmen. Wickedness must be stamped out. It's going to keep popping up. I would think someone said that when you hit consciousness of 10 is when the Civil War breaks out. And I'm assuming what's going to happen is any Southern regiments are going to immediately rebel, and then they will also probably raise up a bunch in the South. They actually do have a railroad going down here, but I have a ton more up here. When we get that next level of railroads, we'll be able to connect all these ones much better. We'll be able to go through the hilly areas where there's a little bit of a grade. Fugitive slave. I feel like we need to work on what's like to become a great power. What do I need? Military power. So is this your value and then your place in the world? Is that what that is? The higher the value, the better, obviously. How am I going to get higher than that? Definitely not going to fight England. Got a truce with Mexico. I don't feel like there's too much for me to do, at least. I could build some more factories, but I don't have really people to work them right now. So we're building this one here. I mean, frankly, they have all the projects going that I really want right now. I mean, if we really want to, I could build like a lumber. I mean, we've got tons of timber. We're the 4th producer in the world. We could build a lumber mill if I wanted. Might be a good idea. So if we went to RGO and then look for a place that has it as a natural resource like Philadelphia or Plattsburgh in New York up here, we could not build a factory. Factories in state 2, build factories, no. Oh, do I not? I can't do it myself. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have the option of doing it myself. Oh, I get it. We got a small arms factory in Georgia that's got 31 people working in it of a total of possible 10,000? Something like that? Doesn't seem like a good ratio. We can just have these guys hang out here together. So we now start elections. Okay, we have elections coming again. Let's just merge these guys together. Good. Alright, not too bad. So this means there's elections coming. And so with elections, I think we want to stay conservative right now. So we're going to do anything that we can to try to, you know, boost conservative ideals, I think. We actually are making a decent amount of coal, which I like. Alright. So right now, what are we talking about here? Aliens and minorities, ethnic and cultural groups are thrown between the two. USA will be strengthened by the influx of fresh perspectives. All populations get 10% more favor of residency. Full citizen. Everybody wants... It looks like most people want full... Let them have full citizenship. Yeah, full citizenship seems right. Alright, that's good. I mean, letting them... Because right now we just want to let everybody in to boost up that population. We also need to get our prestige up. So, I think to become a great power, you have to have its prestige, right? Or is it just total? Baden's gone bankrupt. How's our economy? Probably knock this down a little bit, actually. American trade policy. Everybody wants free trade. So we're going to go with that. If we lowered taxes, that would mean they'd have more money to spend themselves, right? Ooh, that really... Maybe not that much. Maybe give them 85%. Getting their life needs or getting everyday needs. Life needs fulfilled. Okay. Seems like we're doing pretty good. We have a lot of money in the bank. A soldier's stomach, military and defense debate in the local election. So the largest section of voters are pro-military. All pops in Georgia become 50% more in favor of pro-militancy. The percentage of people that are anti-military gain, so that's 30% of the voters. We'll just go with this one. Maybe not as big as a tax cut as I was thinking there. Alright, so how are our factories coming along? This one's going to take a while. Well, it's like a complicated shipyard, so I would imagine it's going to take a while. Oh, my throat is killing me. Stupid fucking flu. Cold, whatever I have. War policy debated in the local election. Alright. So the voters are evenly split between pro-military, anti-military, and pacifism. Nobody wants jingoism. There we go. Early railroads are just over half done now. And we can enact reforms again. Basically, I think right now what I'm going to do is try to... Political parties. Anything that's going to increase, like, immigrants coming into the country. I'm good with, which means, let's do that one. That actually helped out the my political party, at least. Okay, so... Planned economy sounds good to me. We have risen in status of the world. We are now considered a great power. Okay, so there we go. We didn't lose it for that long. So if we go... Okay, Morocco... Increase opinion there. So we didn't lose it for that long. It was only like 2 episodes or something like that. So we'll get these guys back. Don't worry. We'll get all that stuff. We're back to being a great power, which is good for me. Liquor distillery is being built in Texas. That sounds about right to me. All right, oh, we're getting there. It's taking a little while, but we're getting there. We only have we have a very small... Ooh, shared prestige. So that's going up. Great power. Okay. So nobody likes atheists, but everybody likes moralists. So we're going to go with there is only one faith and one faith only. We're going to go with that one. Civil violence has erupted in a statewide emergency. Violence, fighting, and looting breaks out in the streets. Situation is threatened to turn to massacre unless something is done soon. Colonial police are standing by to intervene and attempt to restore order, or holding back pending detailed instructions from the governor. Intervene eventually. 20% of the population of Montana die. Well, it's Montana. Well, let's take a look at something. Here it is, Montana. There's only 8,000 people there. That's not a lot of people. But what's their militancy like? This is probably what I should be doing, is like looking into this stuff before I make decisions. I wish this was alphabetical order. Native Americans, the Dakota. So there's a lot of Native Americans over here. Some of them have militancy. Why don't we There's not, yeah, it's not a big deal. There's not many people. Honestly, there's not many people there. Ooh, look at that population. 4,000 a day? Immigrants, I bet. People coming in. I bet being a great power attracts more immigrants, I bet. I'd be willing to put money. I bet being a great power is, you know, like, hey, it's pretty cool up here. Yes, full citizenship. It's pretty cool over here. We're pretty great. You should come enjoy the greatness. So, what is this over here? Repay debt costs us Bella against Baden. That's no big deal. So we're gonna get our sphere of influence back. I don't, you know, it wasn't a huge deal. I made a mistake. We're working with it. And we become 5% more favor of atheism. Religion is a private matter. We don't want the moralists to gain militancy. Interesting. We'll just do interesting. How far is this? Still pretty far away. We're still kind of waiting on that. I'm interested to see what happens when early railroad hits, though, because that should be a big boon to the Democratic Party is now the ruling party, which the Conservative Reactionary Party has got 88% of the vote. So, if we go to Democratic parties here, so it's still Democratic Party, free trade, interventionism, moralism, limited citizenship, and jingoism. Mexican Liberation Movement. Not many people involved in it. Suffrage movement. Number of supporters. There's 500,000 people that support suffrage. Interesting. Well, how does that work? Politics? Was it in here? Reforms? Voting? Where's voting? Voting system. First past the vote. Candidate with the most votes wins. Oh, franchise. Right now it's weighted universal. If we moved it to universal. Okay, there's a popular movement with 500,000 lobbying for the enactment of this reform. Okay. So this is what they want right now. Universal suffrage. That's what those guys are interested in. Makes perfect sense to me. So it looks like Spain and France are also interested in Morocco. So some of the other guys are trying to get a foothold over here in Africa. Projects, railroads. Let's crank this up a little bit. Speed 5. Let's speed 5 in until this is finished. Combat medicines, army attrition, military hospitals. Nice. More crusaders. Okay, there we go. Now, if I wanted to, I could probably expand a railroad right there. Yep. And it'll get going. Nice. So now we need to research something new. Clean coal. I really like the idea of doing clean coal because we are actually a decent producer of coal and it actually helps iron output too. We haven't done anything from Army or Navy, but we've kind of been focusing on, admin efficiency. That could really do it. That'd be good. Education, colonial migration. Yeah, we're going to do this right now. Get that raw goods output going. And we need to work on getting our fucking sphere back. Goddamn copperheads. So there's still, theoretically, 16 years before the Civil War is supposed to break out, so there should be plenty of time. No, that's wrong. Is that wrong? No, is that right? Mathing is hard. Numbers are hard. So we got a steamer shipyard going, liquor distillery going, more railroads going. This one I'm excited for because this is going to connect this line, these lines, and this line over here. It's going to connect them all into one colossal thing. That should really help with throughput, right? Having them all connected like that? Oof, look at the railroads they built over in Canada. Oh, man, they built railroads all over the place up here. Jesus Christ, England. And they have tons of troops there. They have more troops in fucking Canada than I have in my entire country. Ooh, fuck. The UK is fucking with me. So we're working on getting our sphere back. Trying to... Ooh, we can reform stuff. So why don't we do this? So let's try it. Everybody wants this, and it's gonna come eventually, so why don't we try it? Or we could go the other way. It really didn't change that much. Everybody basically is still conservative. And if I go to politics, movements, yeah, that one's gone now because they got what they wanted. Or what is this? We can create a state in Idaho. Idaho. So let's make it a state. And we're not going to expand slavery. So Idaho is now a state. Not many people live here in Idaho. Oh god, rock me in my cradle. Yeah, we're gonna get that prestige. Our prestige actually cranked up pretty quickly. I mean, it's already getting close to where I think it was 100, 110 somewhere before we went to war with Mexico. 105, something like that. I mean, we're up to 90 again, so it's not that bad. All right, how are we doing here? So it seems to have slowed down. So what I'm going to do is go to my population. We did these two. So now we're going to switch it to these ones. We're going to do clergy in Ohio and Georgia. And so instead of these, because I feel like we got it up to 4% in those areas, and I feel like we kind of hit a cap there, like it really wasn't going anywhere else. So hopefully this'll help us get to that 2%. Man, there are not very many clergymen in Georgia. So our influence in these countries is expanding. Shared prestige plus 10. I have honestly no idea what shared prestige means. Haven't the foggiest. But it seems good. Alright, so we're gonna need... Who's got this stuff? Egypt and... Najd? Something like that? No idea who that is. So if we... There is a way to look at immigration, right? Restore the Mexican Empire. One page saw the Austrian Archduke Maximilian Ferdinand, later Maximilian I, installed the throne of restored Mexican Empire. With the empire only came to last for 3 years, Maximilian nevertheless enjoyed some level of support from Mexican conservatives. By asking Maximilian Ferdinand to send to the throne, we can again make Mexico a monarchy and do some very... Okay, apparently it's now the Empire of Mexico. Okay, we can go with that. We can call it an empire. The Empire of Mexico. So this is going around... This is going pretty goodly. Pretty goodly? Man, I can't talk. Sometimes the things that come out of my mouth, especially when I'm, like, not feeling great when I try to record, it's just the things that come out of my mouth. And when I click off the screen like that and interrupt the video, the perils of dual monitoring, occasionally scrolling off the screen and clicking where you're not supposed to. And we're back. Sorry about that. So when are we going to be able to declare war on Mexico again? I don't have this as a core? Interesting. So, Empire of Mexico. Ah, see, this is what I wasn't looking at before, is this stuff in here when I went to declare war. I guess it does count. Negative 100 prestige when we add this war goal. So that's what happened. I have no idea where it says, you know, like where it would end, where the truce would end. Wow, I went past Belgium, the Ottoman Empire, Spain, and Austria. So now I'm right under Russia now. Hey, buddy. Binks just jumped into my lap. Hang on a sec. My hand is in the way, so apparently he's having trouble ascending. Alright, so what is this at now? Yeah, it looks like it already started going a little bit quicker. Like, we got stuck at like 1.8 there, and now it's 1. You know, and it slowly creeped for most of the episode from like 1.8 to 1.84, and then it just jumped from 1.84 to 1.88 in the last few minutes just by swapping that out to other areas. Alright, so let's take a look at our production right now. Texas, New York, Georgia, California, this one. Yeah, a lot of people are interested in that one. How my factory's doing. This one's doing great. I'm loving this glass factory. It's really doing the trick. The cement factory is barely turning a profit. Tons of unemployed people here, but the shipyard, I feel like the shipyard is going to be great when it finishes. Because it's going to make steamships? Is that what it's going to make? Clipper convoys? Let's see, I'm looking on here. What is it? Clipper convoys? No, it would make these steamer convoys. Alrighty. Pretty high price too, 71. It's even more than this. Wonder if there's something to trying to drive the Civil War to an early, you know, jumping off point. Alright, so Brazil. So what are we waiting to... So to add them to my sphere, what do I need? I need 100 influence. So I'm just waiting for influence is basically what I'm doing. Then we need to recoup all of our influence in these guys. This is influence right here. So Brazil, Colombia, Morocco. Okay. Okay, so it's coming along. But I'm really interested in that steamer shipyard finishing. Copperheads again. Auto-saving. I'm really interested in what happens when this starts getting past, like, when we get to, like, the Franco-Prussian War era and, like, into World War I. That kind of time period. I'm really interested to see how the game plays out in that time period. Because, like, right now it feels so, like, you know, it's just in this industrial revolution, but once everybody's industrialized and they're cranking out and you're talking about huge numbers, just curious as to how it's going to work. Grim news. So let's crank this up until the shipyard finishes. Fire eaters. Steamer shipyard, finish already. Don't autosave, just finish my steamer shipyard because we're getting close to the end of this episode. I want to finish my steamer shipyard there. Okay, so we finished our steamer shipyard. So we go here. Factories. Realistic music. More prestige for me. Smithsonian Institution. United States Congress founded the Smith... I've been talking for hours now because I've done a lot of recording today. Smithsonian Institution. I swear I can talk. I can word. I'm good at wording. Which reports directly to the president. Its goals were to maintain support of research expeditions as well as popularity of science. More prestige and more research. Nice. So this guy's got a few men working in it. Clean coal. Very nice. That was this tech right there. Cheap iron, mechanicals, factory throughput. Really trying to industrialize really hard now. So these guys, it's not turning a profit. Greece goes bankrupt. Everybody's out of money. Demands. Oh, so we're getting our demand. You know, factories take a little while, so let's just let it go for a while and see how it works out. All right, wow, that one went really quick. I know it was on speed 5, but that tech went really quickly by. Okay, actually, no, wait, no, I want to look at one more thing, production. Yes, that jumped from 57 to 66. Not bad. What is this? Electricity. Okay, for real now. Okay, now we're gonna end this episode. So if you have enjoyed it, just drop me a like. Leave me those comments right down below. Cost of bill against Württemberg. Forced debt repayment. Okay. Drop me a like. Leave me a comment right down below. I think I said that. Oh, yes. And of course, if you are interested in more Benjamin Magnus Plays Victoria 2, just subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.